Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you guys are new. In today's video, we're going to be talking about some makeup products that I used to love and now I don't. Some of them I didn't love, but I liked a little bit more than I do now in the past. And it's a little bit saddening because, you know, I spent my money on most of these products and now I don't really like them as much as I used to. So it is what it is. That's kind of how it works when you try a bunch of new products. There's no way you're gonna like all of them. And I'm also going to be decluttering just a few products in this video. This isn't really a declutter video, but I don't have enough products in my collection that I'm ready to declutter to have a whole video about it. So I'm just gonna mention them in this video if I'm getting rid of them or not. First up is this one. I actually shared on my Instagram page that I will be decluttering this. This is the Huda Beauty Silk Balm Rose Quartz. You guys, when I say I didn't love this ever, I really liked the way that it looked. I loved that part, but the scent of it is disgusting. Like, it's so gross, but it looks so pretty on the lips. So I tried to kind of get past it because it is seriously so gorgeous. Like the way they have like little shimmers in it and everything. It's so nice. I'm not even gonna put it on. I'm sorry. Like, not only does it smell bad, but it's one of those where it kind of like ends up getting in the back of your throat and then it tastes disgusting too. But you can see like it is so glossy and juicy and I love it so much. But it smells and tastes so gross. I can't even explain it. It just smells like maybe like plastic. I don't know, you guys, like it's gross. I don't know. I cannot stand it. I really can't. Now, when I posted this on my Instagram, someone commented that they loved this and they went to repurchase it because they used it up completely and that theirs didn't ever smell like this. So she was saying like maybe that they discontinued it because of this issue. I don't know. I hope they figure that out because it's really pretty. It's just, I like can't even make myself use it. Now, when I was sitting down and kind of thinking about all the products I wanted to feature in this video, this one came to mind and then it like really made me sad that it came to mind, okay? This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. And I don't know, you guys, I was so hyped up to get this. Like I wanted it so bad. I remember I got it, not this past January, but the one before it. And I wanted it so bad. I ended up driving like 25 minutes to the Sephora that had it in stock, and then I don't think they had it in stock, and so I had to order it, and I was so upset. I got it, and I even got the full size because it was a better value. This is a lesson that I've learned more recently, or I'm trying to learn more recently, is that in the past, I would have bought the full size because it's a better value, like price per ounce. However, it's still more dollars. So now the fact that I don't like it and I paid like $44 for it, I could have gotten a little bit lesser of a value price per ounce for their mini one, which I think is like $15 for probably like no product. But nonetheless, I could have at least tried it before committing to a $44 product. I don't know what it is about this. I guess I thought this was going to be a little bit of a thinner product, but it's really not. I mean, like, to me at least, it's kind of thick. And I guess in the videos that I had seen of people using it before I got it, kind of the ones that made me want to get it, I just thought that it was like more liquidy or something. I don't know. And I do like this product. I think it's nice, but I will say it's been replaced by my Glowish Skin Tint. This is the product that I love. I wanted this product to be like this. And I think it's just because it's thinner and it kind of, I don't know, it just looks different. And maybe the packaging plays a role too, because you don't have to waste a bunch of time trying to get the product off the dough foot. But this one is just more like liquidy. And then this one just doesn't blend out the same. So here's the Glowish one and then here's the Charlotte Tilbury one. But for some reason, I love the Glowish one and it's not even like as shimmery, so I didn't know that I would like it that much. But for some reason, this one, I don't know. I do, like I said, I still like it. It's just, I guess my hype was too high for this one, really. But when I first got it, I was like, oh yeah, this is so pretty. But then now, I mean, I've had it for a little over a year. I'm probably not even halfway done with it. I have no idea. I mean, if I had to guess, I've probably only used up like this much in over a year. So that just kind of like goes to show, I guess. I don't know. If you have this, let me know, like, what is your favorite way to use it? Because I really need to give it another shot. I think, like, I don't want to just let it sit here in my collection. I really do want to use it, but I don't know. I've had this one for not long at all, and I've already used it well past this line. It's probably about here now, and I've only had this since like last November or something, so not very long in comparison. Next up is a foundation, and this one is like a little bit more of a recent letdown, and I really liked it when I first got it. So I don't know, I feel like it's so much work for me to like it. And then specifically, let me just tell you what it is, and then I'll get into like why I think it's not what I really want it to be. But it's the Huda Full Coverage Foundation. I do really like this, but it's just like, in my head, I want a full coverage foundation, right? But then it always looks cakey or dry. Does it have to? I don't know. I'm like, I've really never tried a full coverage foundation that just like doesn't do this. So I guess I do like this one because it's better than the ones I've had, especially when I really prep my skin right. Like I use a moisturizer and a serum before my makeup, then I put my SPF on, then I put a primer on, then I, you know, maybe use this underneath it or something. So when you prep it, it can look not dry, but my favorite way to use it is actually just to mix like a tiny bit of this in with something else. But I saw Kelly Gooch try the Catrice foundation, the one that's full coverage, and I want to try that one. So I'm actually considering testing that one and then kind of like keeping my favorite, because this one's just so cakey. I don't know, you guys. I really have been into a medium coverage foundation for a couple of years now, but sometimes I just want a full coverage one, especially for videos or for Instagram pictures. And so it would just kind of be nice to have one more full coverage foundation option, and then maybe I can mix them. Maybe I can kind of like figure out which one is better, but I do think I want to try that Catrice one. Let's take a break from complexion products and talk about brow products. I have 3 of them to talk about, and I only think I own 5 brow products total. So yeah, 2 of these though is really the color. So I have the Milani Weakened Brow, okay? This is my second one to have, and the first one, I think I had it in the same color. Yeah, I had them both in soft brown. I think I need a darker color. So I didn't use it in my brows today, but I use this all the time in my videos. So if you ever want to see it, just check the description boxes from any of my other videos. But I wear this a lot, okay? But it's so light, and for some reason I feel like this second one that I have just is even lighter than it used to be. I don't know, and I think it's almost out, so I probably need to replace it soon anyways, but it is just so light. And I know right now I've got like a red tint to my hair, but typically like this isn't my natural hair color and it's just temporary. It's already faded like a ton, but I typically like my brows to be closer to my natural brow color, and this kind of looks like it now. However, I have a brow product in it, so my actual hairs, I feel like they look better and more natural when they're slightly darker than this shade, because my hair is like a really dark blonde, almost like a light brown. But I just feel like I need to try one shade darker than this one. So I haven't liked the second one that I've had as much as the first one. I don't know if something was different about it, or like if this one didn't have as much pigment in it or something. I'm not really sure, but this one, I just don't like it as much. I had the first one for a long time. I've had this one since November, so it's still a good while, like 6 months. But yeah, I think it's probably about time for me to replace this one, and I'm gonna get the darker shade. So I'm still gonna repurchase it, just in a different shade. Same thing goes for this one. This is the e.l.f. Wow Brow. I just have this in such a light shade. It's way too light for me. This is in the shade Taupe. Again, I thought that it would be a good shade for me. And this is like empty too. I don't know. It's such a light shade. But it has these little like fibers in it, so it's supposed to be really good for your brows. How have I not noticed that this is like straight up empty? This has like nothing in it, barely. Okay, I tried to get as much out here as I could just to show you. Yeah, maybe that's part of the problem. No, but really it's been like this since I got it, but it's just too light of a shade, so I need to get another shade. I'm just maybe realizing that I like a little bit of a deeper brow, because these are like a light brown, like a taupe color. But yeah, I used to really like both of these. I loved this Milani one, but I just feel like they could just be a little bit better. Maybe the shade will fix that for me. Product that has no shade, even though it looks like it does. This is the Essence Clear Brow Gel. I like the packaging when you first get it, but it's like inevitable that's gonna end up looking like this. if you're filling in your brows and then using this brow gel. So I got this. This is my second or third one to go through, but it just doesn't hold your brows. It will make them look okay when you first put it in, but I feel like it's just kind of like, you know, those clear mascaras that they sell at the drugstore. I'm sure they sell them elsewhere. I don't really know. What is the point of a clear mascara? I don't know. But it just kind of reminds me of that, like, does nothing. Like, what's the point? I don't know really why. Like, this was my brow gel of choice. Why did I repurchase this? And I think really what it boils down to is I'm not really that big on brows, but I think I'm getting a little bit more into it because when I have like a good brow day, I really like my brows. So maybe I just need to put a little bit more effort into it. So I think I'm about to have like a good old brow revamp because these two products are pretty much empty. Definitely this is empty, okay? That's going into the empty bin. This is pretty much empty, like barely anything comes out. It's very light. I mean, it doesn't really have a lot of pigment in it, okay? And then this one, I don't know how much you're gonna be able to see, but you can see the, no, you guys can't see it. I can kind of see through it in person, but anyways, the product is like to here, and the actual wand itself doesn't go really far into that. So this one's almost empty as well. So I'm gonna pick up a new brow gel in a little bit as well. And then that leaves me with the ColourPop brow wax and then one brow pencil. So we're gonna have some room in our brow collection to get like 3 new products, which is exciting because it's gonna be replacing all of these. So clear brow gel, a tinted like fibery kind of brow gel, and then the brow marker. I'm gonna repurchase the other, like the 2 tinted products, but yeah, those are just like, I don't know, I used to like them a lot more, whether it be for the shade or the formula or whatever. So this one was sent to me in PR. Everything else I bought, but this one was sent to me in PR via Octoly, and I really liked it. I actually gave it a good review when I first had it. I really liked it for about 3 weeks or so, maybe even a month, and then now it flakes. Like everyone was saying it flakes right away. Mine didn't flake right away, probably, I think at least 3 weeks in it started to flake. And then the same thing, if you guys have heard anyone talk about this, it's disgusting. Like right around the opening, I actually just cleaned it off like 3 days ago or something, but it just gets mascara everywhere. And then I actually noticed too, when I took the little like silicone rubber part off, my cap cracked. So that was kind of annoying as well. And I tried to wear it and it got all over my face. So this one as well, declutter, okay? Mascaras I kind of just call empty because I did have it open for a little bit, but it's just like flaky and dried up, so I can't really use it anymore. So now that I've had it, it's not worth the money because it dried up. I don't even know how long I've had this. Only a couple of months, right? Like I think I've only had it for 2 months or so, and it's just not good anymore. I don't know what is up with this. I didn't like the original Milk mascara, like the Kush mascara I think it's called. I'm not a fan of this one anymore, so I don't think that Milk is going to be getting any of my money for mascaras anytime soon. Another product that I don't like that much anymore, and it is totally my own fault, kind of like the brow products that I bought the wrong shade in. This is the Marc Jacobs eyeliner in the shade of Brownie. Now, this is a really pretty color. However, I did actually try and use it today on my like upper lash line. I had a blonde moment, okay? Like I said, my hair is naturally blonde, okay? I tried to sharpen this pencil, so kind of I ruined it, right? It's apparently a twisty one. Nice to know after I ruined it. But now that I sharpened it, it's so difficult because the packaging itself doesn't like hold the pencil now. And so when I'm trying to draw the liner on, it just goes everywhere. I don't really want to use it on my waterline because now it's jagged, so I don't want that stabbing me in the eye. So actually I am gonna unfortunately be decluttering this one. I hate to feel like I really feel like I'm wasting it, honestly, but I don't use it. Today's the first day I've used it and I literally don't know how long. So I'm just gonna go ahead and declutter this one, unfortunately. Okay, let's talk about one that I still like, okay? When I hold it up, don't be like, what? You don't like this? But it's the Fenty Cream Bronzer. Now, again, this is my own fault, you guys, okay? So I was a little bit nervous when I first got this one. I've had it for a while. Like you can tell I've used it a lot. But I have this in the shade 02 Butter Biscuit, okay? It is a pretty warm cream bronzer. It's really pretty. I love the formula, the packaging, love the product itself, just don't like the shade. And again, this is my own fault because When I first got it, I just was a little bit more nervous to wear like a cool tone bronzer because everyone says bronzer is warm tone and contour is cool tone. Okay, yes, I get the theory and, you know, the concept, like the generalization of those two things, but I love a cool tone bronzer. Because I'm so fair skinned, I've got cool undertones. I just prefer that undertone on myself for the most part. Every now and then I like a warm bronzer, but 9 times out of 10, I like a cool tone one. So honestly, I just wish I had gotten the shade lighter than this one. That's like almost like a gray tone. Oh man, that one's on my wish list really because I love this formula. So I do eventually want to get that one. And I actually went to Sephora yesterday and just swatched a ton of makeup just cause. And I swatched that one and I want it so bad. So I think that's probably the shade 01. I forgot what the name of it is though. Next up is another one that I'm kind of surprised about. So these are the Fenty Beauty Slip Shine lipsticks. I originally picked up the shade Glazed, which is the lighter of the two that I have, trying to kind of dupe my beloved Almay lipstick, which by the way, I haven't used that in a while. So maybe I'm over it. I don't know. But this is the shade Glazed, and it's just a really pretty, like, light kind of pink shade, but it has a little bit of warmth to it. It's got a little bit of peachiness. And then I also have the shade Cookies and Cocoa. And I don't know, I haven't been loving the way that these look on the lips. So I'm thinking maybe I just need to use a little bit less. Like if I just like tap this over what I have on already. Yeah, I like it like that. It added like a tiny bit of shine, but it just, I don't know. I haven't really been reaching for them as much for some reason. I'm really not sure why. When I was going through my collection, I saw these and I was like, yeah, that kind of fits the bill. Like I used to really like these and reach for them all of the time. I mean, I've used up a good bit of these products. Like that's the one in the shade Glazed. See how much is, like there's barely, honestly, even any left. I should probably put this in my project pan soon. I've had it since last summer. I think I got it for myself for my birthday. And then I have a little bit more of the shade Cookies and Cocoa. So this is probably something I need to try and work my way through and kind of just move it out of my collection. But yeah, I don't really like these as much as I used to. And I can't really pinpoint why. I just don't really like the way they look quite as much as they used to, or I felt like they used to. The last product in this video is the foundation from LYS. Now, this is partly my fault, partly just the formula in general that I'm kind of mentioning in today's video. So I bought this last spring, I think, in the Sephora VIB sale, and when I bought it, they were sold out of the shade that I really should have gotten. I got the shade LG1, which is warm tone. Your girl is not warm tone. Why did I do that? I don't know. I thought it would be close enough, but honestly, it's probably like a big portion of the reason why I don't love it on myself. Sometimes this formula, I feel like it sits weird on my skin. I don't know. I do love the cap on this, but I actually am not like the biggest fan of the triangle packaging. I think it's different and it's cute, but in practicality, it's just like really difficult to take pictures of, which drives me crazy. And I don't know, but sometimes I feel like this product just sits like really weird on my skin for some reason. I don't know why, but you can see it is very, very yellow, and it's just really not like the best match for me. But even aside from the skin tone match, it just sometimes, like I said, sits pretty weird on my skin. So that one I actually used to really like, and I'm not sure what changed on it. Maybe the newness wore off, and so I think that's what happened with a lot of these products, really. I mean, they wouldn't be in my collection, aside from the few that I'm decluttering, because they're not going to be in my collection, but I wouldn't keep products in my collection if I didn't like them, at least enough to use or use up. So, you know, I still like it, and I still need to, like, use it some more, but I feel like a lot of the time, sometimes, like, when the newness wears off, and I've kind of, like, moved on to something else, then these are the ones that kind of just sit there. And when I'm looking at all of them right now, aside from the 2 brow products that just have the wrong color, or actually, and the cream bronzer, I think that's kind of what happened, especially like with the 2 of these, with the slip shines, with this foundation, like this is like almost half of the products I mentioned today. You know, the newness wore off, and I started to just realize maybe there's better out there for me at least, and maybe these don't need to be like my favorites anymore. So yeah, that's kind of like the realization, right? So that's another reason why I try and put more effort and thought into what I'm going to purchase, because I really want to make sure that I don't really feel this way about the majority of my collection. I feel like out of my entire collection, to feel this way only about a handful of products is pretty good. And honestly, some of those, like I said, were my own fault, and I should have just like paid a little bit more attention to the shades. And then on top of that, there's some things that you just can't help, like a formula drying out in less than 2 months. Things like that I can't really help. As well as I really had no way to know that this one smelled this way because it was pretty new when I got it actually. And there really just like wasn't any way to know that. Those are all the products that I used to like a lot more than I do now for one reason or another, whether it be my fault or something on the actual formula or brand or just product itself. Let me know down below if you guys feel this way about any products in your collection, and also be sure to let me know if you want to see the reverse of this on my channel, so products that I like a lot more now than when I first got them. Maybe I felt a little bit iffy or so-so about them, and now I love them. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. And if you did like this video, please go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.